Well, we're so excited to have Steve and Caitlin Ellis here, the owners of Ellis Properties, just a fantastic team that we're so thankful have joined our Samson Properties family and are just crushing it out there. So thank you so much for coming in, Steve and Caitlin. How are we doing today?
We are good.
Great. Thanks for having us.
Yeah. So tell me a little bit about, obviously you guys are married, but tell me a little bit about your real estate experience individually, and then kind of how Ellis Properties, when that started and as a team function.
Cool.
You want to start?
Sure. So I started in real estate in 2011, and then about 20, right before 2020, right before the pandemic, Steven had had his license for about 4 years before that, just to help me basically open some doors. So right before COVID in January of 2020, we decided to start a team. We started Ellis Properties.
There you go. There you go. And you production wise, roughly like, what was last year? Kind of what's a normal year for Ellis Properties right now?
I think when we first started our team, like really starting to build it out 2 years ago, we were right around 40 transactions. Last year, we closed out 53,
Woo!
right around $45 million. So we had a pretty good price
Awesome.
point as well. We were
Yes.
working smart as well. Um, and lifetime, I think Caitlin and I combined are around $400 million dollars total in sales.
Awesome.
I'd have to go back and add up some of our team members total. But that
That's
gives you a
okay.
little bit of a background on our experience, I think.
Love it. Love it.
Yeah.
Just crushed it. One of our top teams. And also very funny videos on social media if you ever look up Ellis Properties. So and Stephen and Caitlin. So the geographic areas that generally you guys work in, obviously we're actually neighbors. So we
Yep.
live in the same area, but where do you kind of mostly do your business? Where do you work? And where is Ellis Properties, the whole team kind of function?
So our team is based out of the Chantilly headquarters. We have two offices there, and our team meets once a week for Monday morning meetings there. But as far as location, Stephen and I are based in Loudoun County, and we like to stick out that way. But our team really services all of Northern Virginia. We also have two agents on our team that are licensed in Maryland and DC. So our transaction coordinator is able to help handle those states, and jurisdiction as well.
Awesome. Awesome. So your current team size, and then the second part of that being like, okay, where do you want to go team size wise in the future? And like, does that stay in the certain areas that you're in now, or kind of how do you vision that future of growth within the team?
Yeah, right now we're at four full-time agents and one part-time agent, and then back office support staff. We have one transaction admin coordinator that kind of wears a bunch of hats but keeps us all in check. And then we also have one in-house ISA as well that helps us on follow-up and calls and stuff like that. In the future, we definitely want to keep it under that 10 agent mark. We've been hovering around that 4 to 6, but would like to get up into that 7, 8 range. We think it's
Okay.
important to keep a lot of that one-on-one time between Caitlin and I and our agents and being able to help out and be available. And it's also a plus that there's two team leaders. One of us is usually available. So
Sure.
that's kind of where we want to keep it. We want to be in the business of still being able to sell real estate, but also help manage people effectively rather than hiring a bunch of back office support staff and sales managers and stuff like
Right.
that.
No, I love that. Love that. So we talk about expanding that team a little bit to maybe get to that 7, 8, 10 agent range. A, do you take brand new or just experienced? And then B, past the amount of sales or experience, what characteristics and qualities are you looking for in those possible new team members?
Yeah. So I think that we are open to brand new agents. We've taken on brand new agents before and we've worked with them. But I think right now we're definitely looking for full-time, someone who's skilled and someone who is driven. And that kind of all ties together, right? So if you're, 3 months into the business, that's awesome. We would love to have you on our team. But it has to be a full-time position. We just feel like in real estate, you can't do it part-time and you can't learn from us and get that one-on-one coaching and shadowing, if it's not full-time.
I agree. I agree. That's for sure. Anything that's important, like core value characteristic wise, when you're looking to be, is this going to be a good match for your family and your team?
Usually the first question we ask when we sit down with any agent is kind of what is your why? We want to make sure that agents have a strong motivation to work, whether that's their family, whether they like spending all that money on trips, or if they really just enjoy helping people. And usually we get a good sense of what their work ethic is, and the answer to that question will tell us a lot. So we're just looking for somebody that wants to work hard, that wants to service their clients, and likes to have fun doing it. We kind of have a good motto of work hard, play hard. And I think we keep a good job up with that with some of our social media videos and client events and stuff like that.
Absolutely. Now I'm going to put you guys on the spot because you open it up. What's both your guys' why?
What is our why? Definitely our kids.
They cost a lot of money.
They cost a lot of money.
Telling
That's
me.
our why. I also think too, we have an investment property in Outer Banks, and we just really enjoy that side of the business too. Having investment properties and potentially getting more. So that's part of our why. Anything else you want to add to that?
Oh, I think that sums it up pretty well.
To keep our kids fed and in all their sports programs, right? We know that pain. So when you talk about team members that join your team, do you guys provide leads? Do you teach them how to lead generate? Do you provide just leads for them to work, or is it really more of a independent thing where we're kind of providing leadership type deal?
We're definitely providing leadership no matter what, but we do provide leads. We have two big lead sources that we provide. One is Zillow leads. We provide leads right now between Ashburn to Haymarket are kind of like our big two hubs that we're doing. And we're still looking for additional zip codes, but kind of being strategic about which ones we're going to add. And then the other lead source that we do are YLOPO leads, and those are our Google and Facebook pay-per-click leads that we run. Those are a little bit different of a type of lead than the Zillow ones, but we've got some good strategies and methods on how we're converting those at a higher rate than a lot of the rest of the industry. So those are our two lead sources, but then we also do put a big emphasis on learning and teaching how agents to convert and build their database business up, because ultimately that's going to be your bread and butter in real estate. Those are going to be the people that you want to work with. And we do a good job of teaching our agents how to keep in touch with their sphere, whether it's our client events or our pop-bys, giveaways, and stuff like that. We kind of incorporate everybody's sphere into our business model.
Right. You give some people some fish to eat, but you also want to help teach them to fish so they can.
Yep. And the more they convert those leads, the more their sphere grows and so on.
Compensation model within the team, different splits, I'm assuming, for leads you give and self-gen leads, but what does that look like within Ellis Properties?
So our compensation plan is kind of different actually than I think most teams. So for your personal deals, so any sphere, any open house leads that are from your personal listing, we start you out at 70-30. And then once you hit 10 million with the team, you kind of cap out and you're at 80-20, and that never changes. And then for our online leads, you're at a 50-50 split. With that said, something else unique that we do for all of your listings, we cover all of the marketing. And what that includes is photography, video, sign install, print marketing. We also compensate the agent a certain percentage based on the sales price for staging. We really emphasize marketing, and we want everything to look great that's out there. So we just feel that if we help our agents put dollars behind it, they're going to do that much better and, get more listings out of it, because that's ultimately the goal in real estate.
I love it. It's actually the exact same structure I had when I was running a team. Is I love that, look, it's going to be a little bit bigger, but we're going to pay for all the stuff, because what agents will typically do as they're growing up is they'll shortcut here, shortcut there, and then they won't see the great success with the listing. They won't see the referrals off that listing. But if you put that money back into it, then you're going to see the results from it. So you're kind of forcing them to do that, but doing it for them, which makes their life even bigger, better, stronger. So
yeah, exactly. And we also have the transaction coordinator and ISA working behind the scenes too within that split. So they're providing leads, following up for you when you're out on appointments, because ultimately our main goal is making sure you're on appointments and closing appointments, and anything other than that are kind of non-dollar value producing activities. And we want to make sure you're focused on those.
Help the teammates leverage their time in the best way possible. And everybody
we don't want them digging around in Sky Slope all day.
No. Nobody likes doing that. All right. So main differentiators, and, we got 1-2 minutes left here. Main differentiators and what makes Ellis Properties great, and things that you want to make sure that people would know before they hung up and called you to join their team? What do you want to make sure everybody knows about you all?
Um, I think one big thing is that we are a small team and we're not looking to get to that giant size. We're going to always be agent first of helping out anybody. We have an open Slack channel for anybody 24/7 that needs help. And then if we're not available for whatever reason, other agents can hop in and talk. So we're really just agent focused and making sure that we're giving that one-on-one time to our anybody on our team. So I think that's a big differentiator. And then I'm kind of just like a tech nerd. So you come in, you join our team, and it's just plug and play with all of our systems. We were just talking about ChatGPT and utilizing AI. We have a great chat bot that initiates conversations, and we're able to jump in and kind of talk to leads and act like you're your assistant. So that's just one example of a lot of the tools that we offer once you're kind of with us. And it's pretty easy to use once you just get up and running and through our training onboarding. Anything else?
Yeah, no, I think we touched on everything you just said, and the listing marketing aspect of it, I think is a big differentiator.
Yeah, the differentiator, I think, as I talk to more people, not everybody does all this stuff for people, which is awesome.
Yeah, we have a really much mindset of like I do, we do, you do type thing of, if you need help going on listing appointments, we'll go with you on the first one. I'll run through it. You just kind of my support. Then we'll sit down the next one and we both do it. We'll kind of, did I say that right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Donnie had me confused with that.
Got it. I got it. It took me a second.
I think he's cutting you off. Stop talking.
Yeah. Okay. But you get the point.
I had to keep up there, Stephen.
You get the point.
Now, as you can see, the Ellises are fantastic, super successful, keep growing bigger and better every year since they've been in the business, but especially the last couple of years since they joined us. And we're just thankful for you all and looking forward to a bright future with Ellis Properties and Samson Properties, just getting bigger and better together every year. So thanks, Stephen and Caitlin. And if you're out there watching this video, reach out and see if you're the next member of the Ellis Properties team.
Sounds good. Thanks, Donnie.
Awesome. Thank you.